everyone, welcome to Jie Podcast. Today we have our special episode. So I'm Celine and that's Sarah. Today we're going to talk about the Ultimatum. And so it's a very hot Netflix show, and I'm sure a lot of people have heard it because it is hosted by the same people who host Love is Blind. And the Ultimatum is the more toxic version of Love is Blind. So today we're going to talk about the show and give our reactions and our reviews on the show, and also talk about whether we think having an ultimatum is a good thing. Having an ultimatum for someone to propose to you is a good thing, right? So that will be at the second half. And for people who have never watched the show before, or even if you have, here is a quick recap of what the show is about. So basically, the ultimatum, you have couples that are dating. So before the show, they're already dating, and then they go onto the show because out of the pair, one of them wants to get married and has issued an ultimatum to their partner, and their partner maybe is not ready to get married because for whatever reason, some of them give like financial, they're too young, they want to explore the world, whatever it is, or they just feel like their partner is not mature enough to be married, or they just don't want to get married. So they go on this show, and here's the interesting part. When they go on the show, there are 5 other couples. So in total, there are 6 couples. And all of them, out of these 6 couples, one of the pair has issued an ultimatum. And what they're going to do is, for 3 weeks, they are going to choose someone to live with as husband and wife. So for 3 weeks. And then after the 3 weeks is over, they go back to their original partner. And then at the end of the 3 weeks with their original partner, they decide if they want to propose to their original partner and want to, stay together. So you can imagine what kind of mess that is. So when I say they live together as husband and wife, literally they stay in the same apartment and they're sleeping on the same bed. They come home to the same person, and for that 3 weeks, basically it's free for all. It's like we're on a break. So they're technically single. But the messed up part is that they're all living in the same apartment complex.
Oh, I heard they let them have their phones, so they still can text their original boyfriend or girlfriend.
Yeah, which is very different from other dating shows, because if you watched Love is Blind, which is by the same host, and even like Singles Inferno, most of them, they take away their access to the outside world. So it makes it they really trap them in that headspace. Is it like headspace? And you can't communicate with your friends, you can't really do anything. So yeah, when at the start of the show, when to decide who they're going to live with for that 3 weeks, they actually date each other. And the messed up thing about the show again is that they date other people in front of their partners. So unlike Love is Blind, when they have pods and everything, where you can have private conversations, they date right in front of each other. So you can see during the show, people are like giving the side eye and be like, why is my boyfriend laughing with someone else? What's so funny? All that kind of comments. And it's a really strange, I don't know who thought of this idea. I saw a lot of memes, like the two hosts. Okay, the two hosts called Nick Lachey and Vanessa Lachey. So they're husband and wife. And I saw a meme that says every time they're bored, they just decide to burn someone's relationship. They're like, yes, let's burn let's watch the world burn, which I think it accurately describes their hobbies.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I feel like at this point, right, if y'all haven't watched the show yet, you wouldn't know what we are talking about, because we will be talking about the specific like characters in the show, and probably roasting them. So
Yeah, so okay, if you're watching like on YouTube, then I will link our related topic, which is, do we think issuing ultimatums is a good idea, at the back, and I will just put a timestamp at the back. But this is for now, we're just having the review of the characters at play. Yeah.
okay, who do you want to start with? Let's start from our most
Okay.
hated one.
The
I
most
think
hated one.
for you, wait, who is it?
Okay. How about we say our most hated one? Okay, most hated, we have 2, okay? The most hated male and the most hated female.
Okay.
Okay,
Can.
let's say at a count of three, who's your
Female.
most
Female
hated
first,
male?
right?
Male.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Nick.
Zay. No, this Nate
Really?
was barely there. That's why I feel like
Who was
there's
really there?
not Nate.
Oh, but he left such a
He was
bad
barely there.
impression on me. Okay, why do you not like Zay?
I feel like he gets angry all the time. And then he likes to pick an argument with, like whoever with the Ray. And then he keep talking over her, but and then he's not happy that she doesn't express herself. But he's the one that keep like he keep talking over her. I just don't like this kind of behavior.
I can't really remember him. Oh, maybe at the start. But okay, why I find Zay okay is towards the end. I
Mm-hmm.
found Ray's behavior very irritating. And maybe
What
like
did she?
like
How
like
about her?
she maybe it's also because he keep talking over her, but she doesn't really like to say what she wants. Okay, it was over that he went out at 8 p.m. Went out until 8 a.m. and then she didn't want
Mm-hmm.
to talk to him. And then he was like begging her. He was like begging her to talk to him. And then he went out. What? Then later she was angry and say like, you shouldn't have gone out until 8 a.m. And I find that a bit, I don't know. I feel like if it was me, right, and I was begging my boyfriend to talk to me and he didn't want to talk to me and work through our problems at that stage, and even if like I'm trying very hard, I would not have come back also. And then after
Is
that, she made
it?
such a big deal and she hit him in the end.
No,
She
but I
hit
think
him. And then she was
he
like,
didn't.
I just felt like I couldn't, I would have left too.
Is it? No, this I can understand like where she's coming from. Like there's this part at the dinner. They asked her like how does she feel about the whole experience. Then she was like it was good. Then Zay was like unhappy that she doesn't express herself and like elaborate on her feelings. Do you remember
Uh-huh.
that scene?
No.
Okay, so like I don't get it because I feel like I'm like her also. Like you ask me how I feel about some things, I'll just tell you. I'll just summarize my feelings for you. Like you can't be
Mm.
expecting me to give you like the PEEL structure of like how I feel. Sometimes to me things are just like oh it was good or I do not like it, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So
I think when you
I
say,
just I feel like they just don't match lah.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think he
yeah.
wants someone that can talk a lot about their feelings. Yeah.
I think when you put it like that, then I kind of understand where you're coming from because for me, I feel like if you ask me if I like something, I will give you a very, very detailed 30 minutes story of what I like or what I don't like something. But I mean like now I'm thinking about the way that you communicate. Yeah, is very different. So I think they're just not compatible.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, then I think the part that he was telling Shanique about something, then she made a face. I think he was telling Shanique about the interaction between Jake and Ray. So Shanique just listened and then she gave a face and then he was unhappy that she gave a face. Like I didn't understand that part. Like if you tell me a story and you want me to listen, I'm going to give you a face. Like at least it shows that I'm listening,
Yeah.
and
I
I'm
get it.
processing. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't like that behavior lah.
I was reading a lot of the Reddit comments and they did say that he got like anger issues like that he should work out.
Yeah.
I
Even
think
the reunion, he just walked out. Yeah. Do you remember?
but I feel like the reunion one I found their argument very stupid because Ray, right? Again, I don't know, is it like maybe I just identify more with him because I am that kind of person, but like I remember she was arguing with him and she keeps saying that he was raising his voice and he was attacking her and I just couldn't understand what she was going on about.
Ah, okay.
I mean like it didn't appear to me like he was attacking her. She asked him a question and he just replied
He,
normally.
I did feel that way also.
Yeah, so I couldn't understand. And for me, I mean like if somebody, and I feel like in a way, right, in a way I felt when watching that she was kind of victimizing herself. And because she I don't know how to say, but sometimes I feel people, especially if they're very quiet type, and then people are like, they tend to take their side. You feel very helpless when people keep saying that you're attacking them, especially when you're not doing anything. Then you're like, what the fuck, right? So I kind of understood, maybe I understood the situation more from his side. Yeah.
Okay.
And why I hate Nate, right? Okay. So Nate, this character, so for everybody knows he was not actually in a lot of the show, but he was so annoying that he left a very deep impression of me even without needing to be in the show, which is how annoying the person is at his core. I feel like when he proposed to Lauren and April called them out, she was right. Everything she said, I feel like she was right. That they came to this experiment so that they can figure out what they wanted to do together, like whether they wanted to be the person. They came to the experiment so that they can work out their problems, try with other people, and see whether ultimately that is the correct person. What is the point? And she was right that before they get together, before they decide who they want to be with, they're dating around and they are just wasting each other. And the two guys who proposed to their girlfriends before they live with the other people, they're really just wasting everybody's time. Like, what are you doing? Why, if you sign up for this experience, don't you want to go through with it all the way? I cannot understand. And I feel like Nick was saying like, oh no, I proposed because I really love her. Come on. They keep showing that he was mouthing to Madeline, say like, I'm going to choose you. And then the
Yeah,
moment that
yeah.
Kevin said that he want to choose Lauren and he lost his shit and he immediately proposed to her, like, I don't even what blows my mind is that Lauren actually said yes, and then she said like, oh, this is not and then people keep calling out and say it's a fake ass proposal, and then he said no, 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 and the way he was denying was so stupid. It was obviously a fake ass proposal.
No, I feel like their ultimatum was the kid.
Yeah,
It wasn't like to marry or not to marry.
and the thing is, they didn't even figure out at the end of the day whether they wanted the kid or
Yeah,
not.
that's why. So I didn't understand like why he proposed to her when the problem is still there. And that's what April said also.
Yeah, exactly. I feel
Right.
like she was right, and then he keeps saying like, oh, as long as it's because Kobe chose her, and he cannot stand the thought of her spending time with Kobe. I mean, like, if you think that she is going to be snatched away by someone like Kobe, then I don't know. Do you want to marry her if that's the case? Like, I'm very confused. Like, what is the thought process? I don't know what is it he has against Kobe. I mean, like, yes, he is a shady character, but like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I think they just cut short their experience and everybody's experience.
Yeah, and for no good reason because I don't know, he was just so unlikable. Even during the reunion, I felt he was very unlikable.
Oh,
He
but
was
I was okay with the Hunter and Alexis proposal because I didn't like her.
Oh my
I
god, oh my
read
god,
review
yes,
who I
yes,
didn't
yes,
like.
yes. I
So
was
like
also
okay,
reading.
you can just take her out of the show, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, okay, so our most hated female. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Alexi.
Alexis.
She's like the devil.
No,
She is so horrible. And okay, like,
the thing is she only appeared for three, 2 or 3
yeah.
episodes.
So same as Nate, right? She got engaged to her boyfriend. So her boyfriend proposed to her after she made a fuss because April wanted to be with Hunter. And then she didn't want April to date with Hunter. And then she stood up and then made a big lame ass speech. And then somehow Hunter proposed to her. Okay, I don't know how he got over everything. She looked so annoying. So I was reading a lot of the Reddit, right? And they were saying like, did they cast, from Love is Blind, Jessica, Shayna, and Alexis, they're actually the same
Oh
person
yeah.
in different forms.
Because they
And I
are
think that's so
blondes, all
true.
blondes.
Yeah, she is so bitchy. I don't really like Madeline as well, but I feel like they're very, very, very huge instigators. Those
Okay.
kind of people, there's no
Okay,
fire anywhere, and then they'll go there and light the fire one. It's not even they fan the flame, they go and light the fire one. So I feel like they are um unnecessarily cruel. So throughout the show, and what this is one thing that I feel like the producers also they're quite messed up now, is that they make the guys and the girls talk among themselves. So they have like a girls' night and a guys' night. And so keep in mind, right, that they are all
Dating
dating
each other's
each other's
boyfriend.
exes. Okay. So the
Uh-huh.
messed up thing is that when they discuss their problems or discuss their happy times with their new partner, it is someone in the group's ex. That was strange English, but yeah, it was someone's ex. So the thing is, right, Madeline and Alexis, I feel like they went out of their way to, especially
Make
Alexis, because
the
she was,
ex jealous, right?
yeah. Madeline, for some reason, she keeps saying like, oh, Ray and Jake in front of April. Okay, so if you know, you know lah. I don't know why. I don't know what's her problem. Like, I mean, if it was me in that situation, okay, I would just be like, I would steer clear of even asking anything to do with relationships.
Oh yeah, correct. You
I
can talk
would,
about other stuff.
yeah, you can talk about your family, you can talk about your friends, you can talk about anything, but why do you keep bringing up, oh, I think you look good together, I think you look good together, and then be like shocked when people don't like you, like fuck you. That's why I don't like Madeline. I feel like she's very, very insensitive. But Alexis, I feel like she's the worst of all. So Alexis, during her bridal shower, okay, she just comes in and starts lighting fire. She's like, oh my god. And during her bridal shower. And so during her bridal shower, April was obviously, April got very angry with her because I think the Alexis kept bringing up like Ray and Jake, Ray and Jake. And
Then
she
she keep
left.
asking like, will you be with Jake? Do you see yourself with Jake? And she keep asking a question, even when April say like, she doesn't want to talk about it. Like
Yeah,
she
yeah.
keep, yeah.
Just
I think she
because she
single
got married to
handedly.
Hunter.
Yeah, I think she single handedly like ruined her own bridal shower. And she calls it herself.
Yeah, no, she did. She did. She could have talked about so much. She could have talked about her own relationship with Hunter. I mean, at that point, Hunter is going to be her husband. Then just celebrate yourself, like whatever, right? Talk about how you're met. Talk about like your relationship, your wedding prep, whatever. But no, she had to go in and stir some shit. And I cannot understand for the life of me, what does Hunter see in this woman?
I have no idea. You know the scene
And
that took me out, right? Was when uh she approached Kobe, I think. Then Kobe told her like he wasn't attracted to her. Then
yeah,
she was so angry. She told like his girlfriend Madeline that I
yeah.
don't think he's a good guy.
Yeah. I thought that was a huge overreaction.
The thing is, he wasn't rude about the. I don't find that he was rude about the
I also
rejection
don't.
though.
I didn't find.
I thought it was a very normal rejection.
Yeah. And okay, I mean, like, I don't know whether this is the way that the show edit or what, but it seemed to be like after she said that she wanted someone who is earning a specific amount, at least more than her or on par with her, that turned him off. Then he decided that she didn't want. Okay, at least that's the show's editing. It made it seem that way, that was the part that he didn't like. And I feel like on Alexa's part, it's fine if you want somebody who is high earner on par with you. Okay, that's your own requirement. But I just couldn't understand why she kept saying that Kobe was rude. And the thing is, she kept chasing him for him to apologize and telling him that he was rude, and he just flat out refused to apologize, which I thought was quite funny.
No, this he wasn't rude. I don't find that he was
Exactly. No,
being
no, no,
rude
no,
to
no.
her. So like, why would he apologize? I wouldn't apologize too.
Exactly. No, I think it's a good thing that he didn't apologize. I actually quite enjoy seeing her get so annoyed with him.
Salty. Yeah.
Yeah. And get so like, oh my god, he said you flat out said I was unattractive, and he was like, I just said I'm not attracted to you, right? It was a mess.
Uh,
So
okay. So who do you like?
who do I like? Okay,
It's hard to choose because yeah, you were right. Yeah, you mentioned that not a lot. No one is likable from that show.
for the girls, for me, for the girls, very clear cut. I like April the most.
Okay. I cannot
And
choose. I feel like no. I don't feel like I like any of them. But I feel like April don't know what she's talking about sometimes. Like she just keep insisting that she wants to be a wife.
I found I
Is it?
find
I feel like I find some parts like I find that uh Jake was right in like some circumstances. I think he was just considering more things, but she just wants to get married, you know. So I get his concern, like why he didn't want to get married.
yeah, I'm
I'll be very scared too. Or like honestly, if like the guy say I want to get married, I want to be a husband, I'll be very scared. Yeah,
why?
it's like why must you rush into it? And I think
Yeah,
she's quite young eh.
she's
Jake is also quite
23.
young.
Yeah, I mean, I only remember April is 23. What I mean, like, of all of them, I like her the most because I feel like throughout the experience, she's the most honest with what is going
Okay, okay,
on.
okay. Okay, okay.
Like if she don't like something, she will say like, "Why are you doing this?" And like really call them out like that. Which is, I feel like I like that about her because I feel like some of them they're really doing shady things, and you need someone to tell them off. But I feel April in a way she is very intense.
Ah, yeah, she is.
She's very intense for
She know
some.
what she want lah.
Yeah, for someone who I think like Jake, who is a bit more like pull back, right, and more reserved. She's very like, no, I know what I want, I must do it now, and then like, I have plans for this. So I think I like her because she knows what she wants. The other people, when you're watching like Ray and Zay's relationship, right? It was quite funny because even in the reunion, they were saying that even though Ray is the one who issued the ultimatum, it seems like
Yeah, but
Zay is the one that is
yeah,
issuing the
yeah,
ultimatum because she couldn't tell him what she wanted. And I found one thing I that made me not like Ray from the beginning already, right? And side Zay more is because at the start already, she was when Zay asked her, "Can you tell me what you like about me?" And she just couldn't tell him for the life of her. She could not tell him why she wanted to marry him. Do you remember that part?
I don't.
She just I don't know why she just couldn't tell him like what is it that you like about me? Why do you want to be with me? She couldn't say a single thing. Even on that was before the 3 weeks. Okay, that was when they were still in the hotel together, and back then she already couldn't do it. And I don't know why you would want to marry someone if you can't even tell them what you like about them. And for me, I mean, like if it's me, right, and my boyfriend do that to me, I would be so angry. I that's why I feel like I can identify with him more because she really pisses me off. The way she communicates just straight up pisses me off.
I think it just they don't match lah.
Yeah, it's like, but I feel like for everyone, right? Okay, if you are already at a stage that you're gonna get engaged, or you're trying to pressure someone into marrying you, and you can't even tell them what is it about them that you like.
Okay, yeah, true. That is true.
Shanique
Uh,
is
yeah,
just
I thought like,
childish.
but she knows what she wants, right? As
Shanique,
in, yeah, no, she can. I feel like she's same vibe as April.
I don't know why I feel like she feel a bit more like unreasonable.
I noticed that she keep talking over Randall.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes Randa is bringing up stuff that I don't know why they keep dismissing financial concerns as a legit concern. For me, I feel like financial concern, if I don't have enough money, it's a very legit reason to not get married. I don't know why people on this particular show, right? All of them, they're like, oh, if he's saying that he is because of financial reasons that he doesn't want to marry
It's an
you, it's just
excuse.
an excuse. I couldn't understand. I really couldn't understand. I was like, it seems like a pretty legit reason to me, eh?
Oh, but I think Randall did admit to Madeline that the financial issues, right, is like an excuse. He did.
Yeah.
He
He
did confess to
admitted to her
Madeline.
parents, Shanique's parents at the end also.
Uh-huh. But okay, to be honest, right, if I were Randall, I'll be quite scared to marry also, eh. Because she keep talking over him. I just okay, I think I just don't like this behavior.
Mm.
And there's this part that she was upset with Randall for like going out and being happy with Madeline And then she said that, oh, you're supposed to sit in a corner and cry and miss me, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
then he said that it was the stupidest thing that she ever said. I agree with him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, this is, if you drag me on this show, right, the last thing I would do is to be miserable in a corner. Now I'll at
Yeah.
least try like my best for the show. I think out of respect for the person that you picked also, right?
Exactly. I don't understand. Oh yeah, yeah, that was the part. And because she and Zay, right? Didn't she like have sex with Zay? Okay, maybe she didn't have sex, but I mean like they have this night camera thing, and then it showed him that they were definitely doing something now, whether it was like a hand job, blow job, or whatever it was, but they were definitely doing something. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Uh, uh,
That scene.
I didn't watch that scene.
You purposely skip it or what?
No, I don't remember that scene. Like I played it at 1.5 times and I was doing other stuff.
Okay. So there was one
Yeah.
scene where it's at night time, and then that was the night camera, and she was definitely doing something with Zay. I don't know whether they were having sex, whether it was whatever it was. She was doing that, so I couldn't understand why she was unhappy that Randall and Madeline did they kiss or they didn't kiss. I also cannot remember.
They kiss. Like he admitted to her that they kiss.
She was so angry that they kissed, and I was like, "But you had sex."
And I think she was quite unreasonable on the show. And I feel bad for Randall. Okay, my favorite one, right, is Randall.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like
right.
he's reasonable.
He feel like a normal, very chill guy. He's just trying to, like go through life.
He seems like a very nice person.
Yeah, I cannot for the life of me understand why he chose Shenik also. Like seriously, I cannot understand why.
I feel like his personality will suit Ray more.
He was paired with Madeline. Yeah, his personality. I think Jake and Ray
Cause
actually they were
yeah,
not bad, and that's why they kind of
yeah.
ended up together at the end.
Cause I think Jade is not an aggressive person. I think she must avoid aggressive people in general.
Yeah. I feel like here is where opposites do not attract, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's one person that we haven't mentioned, which is Kobe.
Oh yeah. I mean, okay, the thing is, I read a lot of comments, right? They all said that Kobe was shady and narcissistic. I actually don't find him that bad.
Throughout the show, I also didn't find him that bad. Okay, and I don't know whether this is like a controversial statement, but the point where he was talking to other girls, right? And then talking to Madeline. I the okay, he was texting girls when they were together for that 3 weeks, right? He and Madeline were together for that 3 weeks. I find that very shady.
No, okay. The thing is,
But
I could understand why Madeline was angry.
yeah,
But he
but the
didn't
part before they were together, right? When he was with April and he and April didn't choose each other. I mean, they were just like friends, right? I could understand why uh he wanted to go and find other people.
Yeah, I could understand too.
Because yeah, to me, when they were on that first 3 weeks with someone else, to me they're like a free for all already. You're on a break. You do what you want, you act like you're single. It's only after he got back together with Madeline that he was still texting other girls, which I thought was very shady. And the thing is, right, so during the reunion, Madeline was pregnant and she said she was 7 months pregnant and the show filming ended like 6 months ago. So people were calculating.
So during the 3 weeks,
Yeah, during the 3 weeks, she got pregnant. Is that why she agreed to his marriage, his proposal, and to get married on the same day?
wait, is it that fast?
Huh?
Like within a day, like within a week or two, you know that you're pregnant. Is it that fast?
I have no idea. I've never been pregnant before. So would you recommend the show to other people to watch?
No. If not for this episode, I wouldn't even watch the show.
If not for what?
This episode, I wouldn't even watch the show. Because I feel like Love is Blind, I still can understand the concept.
Yeah. Okay. That's the thing, right? I cannot understand what is the point of this show because I feel like from the start to the end, it's just a bad idea.
Yeah, like when I read the plot, right, I was like, I don't even understand what it was talking about.
No, same. It's
Like
so
I had to finish the 10 episodes to know the whole structure of this thing.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. But
Yeah.
I feel like because this is such a novel idea, right? It's like such a novel idea that I can't even explain the plot properly to people who have never watched the show.
I feel like this show is like, even if your relationship has no problems, right? You're just throwing a grenade into your relationship for
Yeah,
no
yeah, yeah, yeah,
reason.
yeah, 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 yeah. A lot of the couples who went in, right, they believe that their relationship was strong enough that they can come out on the other side without going through or without any problems.
Mm-hmm.
April was one of them. April was one of them. And why? Why? Okay, so that leads us to our other topic now. Moving on from the show is that do you believe in ultimatums?
Why don't you answer first? Because I'm single.
Okay, I don't believe in ultimatums.
Okay.
Especially okay, so in most cases, okay, in most cases, especially in our society, Singapore society, the ultimatums usually are issued by women, right? You have your babies that you want to produce, you have BTOs that you need to buy, you have the thing is, okay, biologically men have a lot of time to waste. So the women usually are the one throwing out the ultimatums. And for me, I cannot understand why you would want to marry someone that you had to issue an ultimatum to want to marry you. Don't you want to marry someone who wants to marry you, like genuinely wants to love you, wants you to be his wife, wants you to, like be the mother of his children in the future? He wants that, and not because I'm threatening to leave you. If you don't propose to
Uh-huh.
me by so and so and so date, I'm going to leave you. That kind of
Actually, I
thing.
get it though.
Hmm?
Like, you know the Vanessa that took the host?
Yeah, yeah,
Like, she said she was dating him for like 5 years.
yeah.
Is it? And then she was like, okay, so what are we doing now? Like,
I
I get it. I
yeah.
get why people give the ultimatum.
I also can understand why people give the ultimatum. I just feel like it's a very sad way to progress. Okay, so but I feel like okay, there's a difference, right? If you and your partner you get to get when you talk about it and say like it's okay for me to know what I want. And let's say I want to get married by the time I'm like 26. Then I'm not engaged yet. So I tell my partner like this is my life plan. I've always wanted to be maybe I wanted to be a young mother. I wanted to have kids by 27. I always wanted to be a young mother. This. And see if both your life plans work.
Yeah, I
You know
feel
what I
like this
mean?
is something you should talk at the start.
Yeah, yeah. Something
Not
you
like
should talk
after
about at
a
the
few
start.
years, then you throw the ultimatum.
But okay, let's just talk about like in general, right? Okay, if you read NUS Whispers, and I think a lot of people they personally experience this. There are some people who there are some men who don't want to get married early. I know a few of my friends don't want to get married early and they don't have children so soon. And it's okay. I mean, like it's an acceptable thing to want. But if that is how you are, if you are very, very certain on that, for example, like in Nate and Lauren's case, right? If one person really wants to have kids and the other person really doesn't want to have kids, this is not something I feel that you can compromise on. And it's not something worth throwing an ultimatum for because you see, right? I don't want to be with someone who doesn't want to be a father because once I have the kid, right? You already know automatically that this kid, if he doesn't even want this kid in the first place, you are going to look after already. You're
Mm-hmm.
going to look after, you are going to bring the kid up, and then you're going to be begging the guy, right? Even just to give attention to your children. So, like, you read a lot of the confessions on NUS, right? Or NUS Whispers. A lot of these women, right? Their their husbands just come home and then they watch TV or they play computer, they look at their phone, and then after that they go to sleep. They are literally begging their husbands to even pay attention, not even after just to pay attention to their children. And can you imagine how pathetic that feels? And as the
Yeah.
kid, right? As the kid, how pathetic is the kid that your father doesn't even want to play with you. So I feel like in a lot of situations, right, ultimatums, you really cannot force people to do what they don't want to do.
I thought like the Nick and Lauren they came to a compromise, one kid.
Yeah, they came to a compromise. The thing is, during the show, she said she doesn't want to sacrifice, and she said that children you cannot compromise. But how to compromise? It's either you have children or you have no children. Even if you have one child, it is a responsibility for life. Right? It's not that I feel in their case, she was just giving in, and she at first she didn't want to have kids, and she just decided like, fine, I'll just have one.
I thought it wasn't like she don't want to have kids. I thought it was like she want to see how.
From her initial interaction, it seemed like she really didn't want to have kids. But I'm just saying, not particularly in their case, but to throw ultimatums for having children, I feel it's not right. Another thing that I feel like I cannot throw ultimatum for is religion, which is something I've done before, not with my current boyfriend, but previously I felt like my previous boyfriend was not a Christian, and I said, like, if you don't become a Christian, then we cannot be together. And I know a lot of people who are not Christians, when they hear this, they think I'm crazy. Yeah, but if you're a Christian, I think
Yeah, I wanted to like say like, are you sure you want to talk about this? Like, are you sure you want the hate comments?
we were planning to do a Christian dating topic, so we'll talk more about that later.
Okay.
But I'm just saying that was one of the things that I wanted to have somebody who's in the same faith as me. Okay, and I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that. Okay, you're just thinking of, just to put it in like a non-Christian context, if you want someone who has the same values as you. It's just as simple as that. For religion, it's the same thing. You want someone in the same religion as you, to believe in the same things as you, and to, when you have a family, your family will grow in that same direction. Okay, it's the same for, I don't know why is it when people say like Christian girls say they want Christian guys only, is such a hot topic, because I feel like it is as simple as saying like you just want someone who has the same values as you. It's as simple as that. But I know also there are Christian girls who, like me, they will say like, oh, if you're not Christian, we cannot be together. For me, I didn't, because that time I was still young. I didn't like say like, oh, we will break up immediately or we cannot get married. But there are people who say, who are older, and then they're with someone who's not Christian, and then they will say like, okay, you have to change your religion, otherwise we cannot get married. And then the guys do that. I
It's
know.
like the Rain and his wife, the actress.
Who?
Rain, you know that Korean singer?
Oh, the Taehi or what, something.
Yeah, I think he converted to Catholic because of her.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know Rain was Catholic. But I mean, like, I know at least one couple who has done that. And that's one thing lah. Why do you, when you issue this type of things, right? Are they doing it for you, or are they doing it because they want to?
Okay, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Actually,
That's why I
me,
feel ultimatums are very like, I feel like ultimatums are a no.
I feel like I won't. Okay, very hard to say. Right now, I say I won't throw an ultimatum, but then I don't know, who knows. I think it's I don't see the need to get married. So like, I won't beg someone to marry me.
You don't see the need to get married?
Yeah. No, like I'm okay with being single forever.
No,
Yeah, like
I feel like that's not the issue. That's not the issue. Okay, you're okay with being single forever, right? But let's say, right, you have someone who comes along, and then this person, you can see a future with them, right?
like I want to marry the person.
No, yeah, do you want to let this person keep dragging you along or not? That is the question. Because the ultimatum is at the end, right? It's either you let me be single in peace and live like a single person, or you marry me. Don't drag me along in this like 不三不四 relationship and don't know where I'm going, and am I going to be in 50 years? Are you going to be there or not? That's what I want. That is why you're trying the ultimatum.
Okay. I don't want to No, I won't. Because I remember at the start of this show, I was like texting you. I think it's very insulting to go and beg someone to marry me.
To pressure, I don't think they will
Yeah,
beg.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I won't do this kind of thing. Like, you don't want marry me, then okay, bye.
Yeah. I feel like on TikTok I saw a lot of these trends, right? That people not a lot I saw a few people, right? They have a secret deadline for their boyfriend.
Which is how long?
Whichever they write down there, like on their TikTok, they say like, if he doesn't propose to me by, let's say, 31st October, I'm going to leave.
Does the guy know the deadline?
No,
Oh
he
wait,
doesn't know. He
secret
doesn't know.
deadline.
It's a secret deadline.
Why? Then wait, isn't it like not very nice to the guy? He doesn't even know that he has a deadline.
But if you come up with a deadline, it's like telling him, okay, I feel right. I feel in this type of relationship, the girls usually have hinted and hinted and hinted and say like, when do you think it's a good time for us to get married? When do you think we should start planning our future together? And the guy, right, will give this answer. I don't know.
I make it sound like you're telling a horror story.
It is a horror story. It is a horror story. We've been dating for 5 years and I ask you, so when are we going to get married? And you tell me I don't know. That is a horror story, okay?
But do you think what is the appropriate timeline to know that you want to marry the person? Because the people on the show, like some of them only dated for a year and a half, and I feel like at that point, right, it's there's nothing wrong if you are like not sure whether you want to marry the person or not. It's not a very long time.
I feel like the older you get, the shorter the time gets.
Mm-hmm. Is it because of the kids?
I don't think
I
it's because
think
of the
also.
kids. I really don't think. I think it's because you kind of know what you want.
Okay.
So I feel for me, right, like I okay, so like when you're a teenager, then you date. Obviously, you can't get married when you're so young, but then you date for a long, long time, right? Then after, when you're in your 20s and you have seen like a few people, then it becomes much faster for you to know like, okay, I want this person, I don't want, I don't want, I like this, I find this acceptable, I don't really like it, but it's still acceptable, or that kind of thing. I feel like as you grow older, it will get shorter and shorter because you can kind of like tell for yourself what you like and what you don't like.
Mm-hmm. That is true. You know about my list. It gets longer every year.
I feel like your dating time, right? The length of dating is really not a very good indication of how long your marriage will last. Unless you're telling me you have like a whirlwind, like Khloe Kardashian kind of marriage, then that one I can tell you probably won't lah.
No, as in my point is that like I think it's very reasonable if you only date for a year and a half, right? And then you're not sure whether you want to marry the person or not. So
Yeah.
I feel like some of the couples, right, when one of the guy or girl issue the ultimatum, right, I can see why the other person is unsure.
But I feel like, okay, if you're dating for 2 years already, right, it's very reasonable for you to then decide. Maybe you don't have to get married now, but I would at least want to know, like, do you have the intention of eventually getting married? And I want to know, like, what are your why are you still so hesitant to what is stopping you from getting married? Is it something that is your own personal problem, like you feel like you're not mature enough, you don't want to have the responsibility of taking on a family, or is it something that you feel is lacking in me?
Mm-hmm.
Like at least I want to be able to have such a conversation to know like where you're going. Otherwise, right, 2 years is quite a long time, man. 2 years is quite a long time to still be very uncertain on whether or not you want to be this person, I feel. Okay, so that is all for today's episode of Ultimatums. Please let us know if you watched the show and did you enjoy the show. How would you rate the show? Good or bad? For
Bad.
us, for us, yeah, for us, I probably no, probably will not rewatch. But yeah, also your thoughts on ultimatums and if they're effective. I feel like ultimatums, some of them are effective lah, huh? So I wouldn't write them all off, but let us know your thoughts. We would love to hear them. And that's all for today. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.